The renegade is here when afraid. Alongside, oh, you say, oh, over here, sir. Eh? When you say, oh, the rebel. We fight for your cause. Yeah,
Always.
yeah, Rattigan.
Yes, sir.
What's up? You good?
Yeah, always good, man. You know it, go on. That is
So
good all the
you
time,
up
man.
now. We notice the foreign minister knock out a speech this morning in the news media there. Say she got defend herself vigorously. From like you know, like she has a lie, you tell Panara, we tell Panara and them thing there, and you know, she talk something, but I make the people them see what she talk, but we're a player, can we hold people to account, you know. Yes. You hold people to account. So I'm gonna play it first what she just say for her speech in the paper today. And then I have the video where she declare. And you have the other rest of documents now where she never declare. Okay? So let me start from this first, Ratty. You can
Okay.
this. Reject Commonwealth. What on this? Johnson Smith. Reject Commonwealth campaign allegations. Minister of Foreign Affairs Camilla Johnson Smith says she will vigorously defend herself against allegations being made surrounding her effort to become Commonwealth Secretary General. Lawyers of the Jamaican-born retired United States law enforcement agent Wilfred Rattigan has filed a lawsuit regarding donation made to her 2022 campaign. The government had disclosed that corporate entities contribute to the payment of US 99,000 or 15 million Jamaican for public relations service for Johnson Smith campaign. Among other things, Rattigan is seeking a declaration that both Johnson Smith and her ministry did not comply with the law and directive by the Ministry of Finance require them to report the donation as a gift. He also wants the court to find that Johnson Smith has failed to disclose the donation to the anti-corruption body, the Integrity Commission, the Tax Administration. And the Tax Administration. And I'm going to finish for this now, but she say yes or no. Johnson Smith, you are a liar. Shakomika Cameron has rejected the allegation. It was indicated that her legal team has been unable to review the allegation. As to date, she has still not been served. Now have her lawyer receive a copy of these documents as requested from the applicant attorneys. Nevertheless, Johnson Smith says she believes in upholding the highest standard of transparency. People remember the word there. The highest standard of transparency. Please remember that word, right? Okay. Accountability, ethical conduct in her position as a public servant. While she says she respects the legal process, she is concerned about the potential influence, bias, prejudice that may result from the ongoing assertion made in the public domain by the litigation. By litigation, but listen, she has made in the public domain. Remember them come out and make the speech and tell you how much money them spend and everything. So, it's not done in the public domain. All right, want you. Notwithstanding the matter being before the court. Johnson Smith says she is committed to defending herself against the allegation purportedly made in the lawsuit, that she is confident that the legal process will reveal the truth of the matter and will ultimately vindicate her. Okay, so you hear what she does say there, some people? I can't no man make him come talking about. I want to show one. I'm Ratty, you want me to show one clip with she attack and then you break it down to the people them?
Yes,
Let me show the clip. Let me show the clip now. Remember, you know, transparency and everything, you know, up there. Now I show us a better she know about attack, right? All right, watch this. Watch this.
But
I did that one off here.
Okay.
Let me go here,
That meeting and
Smith, next time I call her name.
Huh?
Secretary General of the Commonwealth.
Don't come after
And he's a
these
friend.
people.
Could that mean that mean me run the Commonwealth too?
It doesn't work that way, though, you know.
Please explain to him,
It
Simone,
really
off camera.
doesn't.
No, I don't want anybody
On
explaining.
camera. I'm not even going to wait till we break.
No, I don't.
Senator.
No, watch now. Watch now.
Father of our creation.
Next month when you see me, I'm going to sit down. So. And them say, why I'm sit down? So I say, me and the Secretary General and his friend.
Yeah, would you guys allow me to say something, even though it's not?
Sita,
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago, that the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No.
People, you know, listen, the government of Jamaica, no one else, right? You never say private sector in it. The government mean the government. You can't add on and take off nothing else. If you're full out of farm, if you go anywhere in the US or anywhere, when you farm, Ratty, if you put something on it and it falls, right away, them cancel you out. Allow me to tell Ratty?
No, sir.
Can't tell them like, okay, listen, let me just play it back again.
Repeat, yeah.
Let me just repeat it.
Because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago, that the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has a budget for these things, as I've been blending the campaign along with work that I would normally do as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we will report on the expenditure after the campaign, because it's a little early in the stage to do so now. But there are no secrets. There's no attempt to hide anything. And, you know, I hope people will not seek to characterize it that way.
And politicians mustn't be always politically correct. Just say, go.
All right, so we could stop that now and carry in Ratty now. So Ratty, so she say, the rest of money I buy a foreign ministry. I know she don't declare nothing about no private, nothing at all, you know. Me I pray it make she hear herself. Them time there, she get money already from when? April, she get payment out of the 99,000 US already. She not declare that none at all upon this. This is her word, not Ratty's word, not my word. Ratty, take it over.
Okay.
Let's explain to them.
All right. No, I have to defend myself because no, you know, the idea being floated out there is that I'm lying, that I've provided false information in my affidavit, right? And so I have to address that. And the minister didn't speak much about this from June after the campaign. After the campaign, I think the only thing I heard her say was that God didn't want her to leave Jamaica at this time. And she has kept her mouth shut. And the Minister of Information has been providing updates and information regarding the whole controversy surrounding the financing of the trip. Until now, she hadn't spoken from about June of last year till now. And instead of coming out and instead of keeping her mouth shut, she come out and say, well, Rattigan has provided information, and she didn't call me by name, but it's my complaint. So in essence, she's saying, I provided information that's baseless, untrue, and defamatory, that the information defamed her, and that she's reminding persons that defamation is a charge that can be laid, even though the information is provided via social media. Okay. Now, you just played a tape a while ago. You just read something that that came out this morning, and then you played a tape that of an interview that you did in June of last year. The minister, let me walk. But by the way, forgive my manners. Good morning to you, son. Good morning to your listening and viewing audience. Now let me walk you, all of you, through this. The minister aspired. She wanted to become the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. Keep this in mind, folks. There was a consensus in CARICOM that all of the CARICOM nations, they would support the person who had the job, and the person still has a job. Her name is Baroness Scotland from Dominica, right? CARICOM agreed, we're going to support this lady for her to be extended, right? Jamaica is still part of CARICOM as far as I know. Jamaica was part of CARICOM when the consensus was made, but Jamaica a month or so later decided we're going to put up our own candidate, That's a separate issue because that caused a deep rift in CARICOM because 10 countries supported the Baroness and only 5 countries supported the minister. Now, the minister, when she made that statement in June, what she failed to tell the people is this. I won't tell you yet. Hold on. I won't tell you yet. I'll keep you on the edge of your seat. What she also said was that the government of Jamaica, Minister Kamina Johnson stated in an OPM release dated June 6th, she said, there are no secrets around the financing of this campaign. We remain fully committed to transparency and accountability. Mm-hmm. People, listen to this. Listen to the words of the minister. These are not my words. These are words attributed to her. Listen to the words again. There are no secrets. I don't know what secrets mean. Mm-hmm. All right.
No cover up,
no secrets.
Okay.
That means everything. That means everything exposed.
Transparency.
Yeah. And yes. She said there are no secrets around the financing of this campaign. We remain fully committed to transparency and accountability. So focus on those 3 words: secrets, transparency, and accountability.
Yes.
Fair enough. Now, the organization that she was trying to lead, they have a charter. They have some principles which they live by. And one of them is this: to promote good governance through the rule of law to ensure transparency and accountability.
Good.
So you hear the word. The word came from her and the word came from the Commonwealth, saying, around here, we in the Commonwealth, we deal with transparency and accountability. And she said, my campaign, there are no secrets about it because we are dealing with transparency and accountability. Okay. Now let's talk about transparency, and we're going to talk about something else that's associated with transparency. And that thing is honesty, forthrightness, right? Now, I am being led to believe that the minister, when she made that statement, the tape that you played, she was not transparent. She was not open. She was not fully honest. It's true that the government of Jamaica financed the campaign to the tune of 18 point something million dollars, and then spent another $24 million for them to go to Kigali, a grand total of $43 million. It's true the government did that. But what she failed to tell you is that 2 months prior, she was already receiving gifts as a result of what corporate Jamaica paid to Fin Partners to provide to her. She didn't mention that. And Fin Partners, they are required by law to file a report with the U.S. government under the penalty of perjury, meaning if them lie, they're going to be prosecuted. Fin Partners is a reputable company, been in business for decades. They have no reason to lie. Fin Partners said there that they were representing Kamina Johnson Smith. And by the way, they filed this with the Department of Justice on June 6th of last year, right? Before the election in Kigali. And what's interesting here is that they said that they began working, based on their paperwork, they began working with the minister on April 22nd of 2022, and that there was a contract that was signed on April 26th, 2022. So what they're telling us in this filing is that the minister was receiving, she was receiving benefits in the form of PR work, public relations work, for her to get the job as Secretary General of the Commonwealth. She was already getting those services back in April. Keep that in mind, April. Now, June, what did she say? She said the government of Jamaica. She didn't mention, no. Nothing. And then, hold on 1 second. I'm not done yet. Hold on. There's another document here. On August 7th, 2022, the Minister of Information, Minister Morgan, was interviewed on Nationwide Radio. And he said, he was asked this question by Mr. Brooks. He was asked, the question was, because he wouldn't tell them who the private financiers of of the campaign. He wouldn't tell them. He said, I can't tell you, that's a private contract between this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then the interviewer said, so they reached out to the government to support the government's efforts, yes? And then the minister said, and we told them that we would be very happy if they would assist. That means that they've never started assist yet. They never started assist yet.
That's word, you know. This August.
And we told them that we would be very happy if they would assist. Yeah. So that means that they were already negotiating with the government of Jamaica about financing this thing. So everybody knew what was going on. Everybody knew. So the idea that the minister would come now and say that it's the government of Jamaica financing her campaign. When I say that in June, when she was already receiving benefits from April, she received benefits from April, May, June, because you know why? Fin Partners said that they have a schedule. They put everything inside there that they were providing. So they were working with her in April, May, and June. So for her to come in June and didn't mention it, that's not being open. That's not being honest. That's not being transparent. That's not being accountable. Shame on you, Madam Minister. And then you turn around and then you're insinuating that I'm lying. How dare you? And that's why I'm demanding an apology. Because at the end of the day, this is not about me testifying or Lonesome testifying or anybody coming to testify that we heard that somebody said that you said. It's no such thing. It's about this. It's about this. It's about this. It's about this. And it's about this. And it's about this. And it's about, what's the other one there? There's another one around there. And it's another one. And it's about this. It's about all of this. All of this, Minister. All of this. It's about all, wait there. Yeah, it's about all of this. You see it? You see it? You see it? It's about all of this. So the idea that what the minister should have done is kept her mouth shut, or she should have just said, you know what, Mr. Rattigan and people of Jamaica, you're right. I should have filed. I didn't file. It was an oversight. And so, I will file now. I will file accordingly. And if she did that, or if she does that before May 29th, my case is over. Because I can't ask the judge to issue a declaration when she herself has declared that she made a mistake and she didn't file. So my lawsuit is over. So all she has to do is just come clean and the lawsuit is over. Otherwise, she's going to face major public scrutiny and she's going to be determined to be lying. That's what's going to happen. If she come on and if she tries to fight this, to say that she did file, she's going to have to argue against her own government. I didn't make up the response. The government gave it to me, and the government, you know what?
Just read it out, Ratty. I remember them can't backstamp nothing there, you know.
No,
they can't.
Listen. If this Ministry of Finance and Public Service, if they ever try to do any shenanigans back there, believe me, every skill that I learned from the FBI, every contact that I've developed as a result of my training will be brought to bear. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. And if it means we have to bring down the ministry, we're going to bring down the ministry. So I'm telling the ministry to act in compliance with the law. Don't try any shenanigans and trying to backdating. In fact, I don't expect the ministry to do that. Good. Because that ministry is run by, from what we have gathered, a very reputable, a very bright, a very decent, a man who is above and beyond reproach. So we don't expect that to happen. But in the event we should get a letter saying that she filed before March 30th, we will take on the task of getting to the bottom of this.
And that ministry will feel the full wrath of this panel. Full wrath. All right, good.
So here's what happened now, folks. I and most of you, some of you, maybe all of you have heard it, but it's worth repeating. I had information. I received information that there was something going on about the filing, but I can't take that to court, right? So what did I do? I need evidence. So I had the Fin Partners thing. So the gift part of it, I covered that. I knew that she received the benefits. Now the part that I had to develop was whether or not she filed. So I submitted a request in last year, late November, with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. They did not respond. They were supposed to respond within 30 days. They did not. I then filed with the Access to Information Tribunal, and I filed a case with them. They opened up a case, and then they said, go back and ask. Then I filed again in March with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. And then eventually the tribunal, which is operated by a gentleman, well, he doesn't operate the tribunal, but he's like a go-between, right? And he's based out of the Prime Minister's office. He sent me something saying the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service said that you never filed. No, people, I 2 times I filed. I filed in December, I filed in March, and they came back and said we never filed. So you know what I did? I went back on March 24th and I filed, and I sent the 2 previous filings. I didn't do a new one. I said, on the claim said I never filed. See the two filings, yeah, with the date stamp, the time stamp, everything right there. And it was sent to an email that is their email, that is listed as their email. And also the law says that if you send it to the ministry and let's say it went to the wrong person, the ministry and that person, they're responsible for sending it to the right person. So I never have to do anything. As long as it got into the ministry, then my job done. But be that as it may, they said, I reminded them that if I can prove that they intentionally withheld the information from me, then the person who did so would be looking at up to 6 months in prison and a $500,000 fine. Why? The law says so. 3 days after that, actually 6 days after that, I got a response from the ministry, and it's dated. Remember now, the last time I sent something to them was March 24th, right? Where I sent the 2 previous requests. On March 30th, I got a letter. And before I read the letter, let me just say that I got the letter on March 30th. About 3 days later, the ministry sent me the same letter again. Again. 2 times. They sent it by, they said, we want to make sure because we're not sure if you got it by this portal. So we're sending it to you on this portal, whatever. So I got it twice. And then they followed up again and said, we're going to send you a customer survey. We want you to tell us how we did. Right? All of a sudden, now I get responses from the ministry. The moment we said 6 months, $500,000 fine, I get responses. Here's what the letter says, and I'll read it. Dear Mr. Rattigan, the ministry acknowledges receipt of your ATI application received via electronic mail on March 24th, 2023. In your application, you requested documents in relation to the government of Jamaica's guideline for the acceptance of and accounting for gifts to the government as it relates to monies received towards the campaign of Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith as Secretary General to the Commonwealth as follows. I asked for 3 things. And why did I ask for these 3 things? Because this law, right? That law, and there's this thing called I call it Circular 17. This is a marked up copy, but I hope you can see it.
Yeah, man, can see it. Mark up, yes.
Yeah, but you say circular. Hold on, you say Circular 17.
Yes, man.
Right? And
In a yellow. Yes.
And you see the date, and then look what it say right there. So.
Read it out for me. Read it out for them.
It's a guidelines for the acceptance of and accepting for gifts to the government.
Yes.
Yes, man. All right. These 2 things, they tell you what you're supposed to do when you get a gift as a government official, what you're supposed to do. And they list the things. So the things that I asked for, I didn't make them up out of my mind. I'd love to take credit, but I can't take credit. These 2 things say, when a government official gets a gift, these are the things you're supposed to do. And here are the things. Here are some of the things you're supposed to do. 1, you're supposed to fill out a gift form and tell the government who gave you the gift, who are these people, where they live, where the phone number, how much the gift, the value of the gift, and the purpose of the gift, right? So the first thing I asked for was acceptance of gift form that was submitted to the Ministry of Finance concerning the $99,000 gift for the benefit of Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith's campaign to become Secretary General of the Commonwealth. 1. 2, The law and the regulation says that when we get notification that somebody's getting a gift, we, the ministry, is required to do what's called a due diligence. Why? We want to make sure that the money is not coming from a tainted source.
Good.
We don't want no drug dealers. We don't want no murderer of finance, no campaign, no public official, because there will be a taint attached to it, right? And you know how it is. People don't give money for no reason. We don't want
give back money for a kickback.
Yeah, we don't want a quid pro quo or nothing like that. So them say they've said we are a principled government. We are a government of transparency and accountability. So when we get a gift from somebody, we want to check it out to make sure before we accept it, because if it's tainted, we don't want it. So I asked them for that report. That's number 2. Third thing is that I asked for evidence that the gift was included in the estimates of expenditure and the additional administrative procedures were followed. Now, when they get the gift, whether they get the cash or in kind, if it's in kind, they put a value on it, and then they put it in something called estimates of expenditure, and they account for it. And then there are certain administrative procedures that must be followed. These are the 3 things I asked for, and I asked for them because the law says that's what the public official is supposed to do and the ministry is supposed to do. Here is what the ministry said at the end of the letter. Mr. Rattigan, please be advised that no documentation exists within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service to satisfy your request. I'll read that again. Please be advised that no documentation exists within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service to satisfy your request. Keep in mind, folks, these things I'm asking for are supposed to be in the ministry. They're supposed to be filed with the ministry.
Tell me the date of that, when you receive that.
This letter is dated March 30th of 2023.
March 30th. So if the Ministry of Finance now come up with something February or even March 25 or 28, now we and the Ministry are right now bangarang. The hell are break loose. Because remember, Ratty, request these things. And March when, Ratty? The 30th.
Yeah, I requested the information in December of last year and March of this year.
And when them send this to you, that
March
means
30th.
nothing.
Nothing
in there.
And then they send it to me a second time.
Okay.
So if we hear now say the ministry have documentation
anything before that date.
Anything before March 30th is a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
And if she do it after March, it's still a problem because she should have declared it before.
And if she do it after March, she have to apologize to me because I'm right.
Yes.
Because I'm saying as of March 30th, I'm saying as of this date of this letter, she didn't file.
She didn't file.
Right.
And if she says she go file now, because they may back it, they may can't know what April. So they may still back something and put it early April now, you know.
Right.
Yes. Because
it no matter. She just didn't file.
She never filed.
Right.
Good. She never filed.
And then we have some potentially big problems that wait for her down the road, because we believe that, or I don't believe that she filed. I don't believe that she filed with the Integrity Commission, which you're supposed to file a statutory declaration with them. And on that statutory declaration, you have to tell them about your liabilities and your assets. And there's a section for gifts. So she should have put down that I received gifts in services, not in cash, in services from Fin Partners in the amount of $99,000. She's supposed to tell them that. US.
And 15 million Jamaican.
Right. And if she didn't do that, then let me document it. Oh, here it is. Under Section 43, subsection 2 of the Integrity Commission Act of 2017, it says a person, meaning a public official or a parliamentarian, who knowingly makes a false statement in a statutory declaration, commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction in a parish court to a fine not exceeding $2 million or to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years. Serious consequences.
Yes.
And I'm saying that if she didn't file this $99,000 gift with the Integrity Commission, then she's guilty of making a false statement. And we know that we can prove intent. We can prove intent because guess what? She has filed a statutory declaration year after year after year. And then she also knew that this was a gift because she didn't pay for it. And by the way, when she said the government of Jamaica financed this campaign, and we need to ask her one question. We need to ask her one question. Did the government pay Finn Partners?
That again.
Did the government pay Finn Partners? Because you say, you meaning the minister, you say that the government financed your campaign. So that means that it was the minister, it was the government who paid Finn Partners.
She push other people more in this because which one of the ministry take the money and pay Finn Partners then? And the private sector themselves, that means the government, more other people they for casting at the net, you know. We have some other fish to go hook out there, you know, that thing. We have some whale and some snapper and some other thing for a grab. Because that means the ministry, one of them ministry collect these money from the private sector and pay Finn Partners. Yeah? Even for our one ministry, we should all declare that, make it even troublesome more. Because she said that there was a natural ministry, to shall travel and do this. She said, let me play it back for the people then.
Play it back.
Let me play it back. Never play that back. Well, let me just play back this, what she said. Just listen to these people. This is June. Remember, you know, Rattigan showing us the money run before June.
The money run from April.
Yeah. April, May, June. So she has said, just listen to this.
Oh, yeah, before you start it, let me just make sure that people understand that the money, Finn Partners said that them collect money in April. Them collect $33,000 in April, $33,000 in May, $33,000 in June, accounting for $99,000.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to play this now.
The Prime Minister to Chagam in the same way in 2018. We went to London. That's where it was being hosted. The new chair in office, Rwanda, will take the help.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade.
Got to 11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Secretary General.
That come up right now.
And he's my friend.
Yes.
That means I run the Commonwealth too.
Stop it right there. Stop it. No. You stop. Yeah. No, people, listen to me carefully. Walk with me. Stay with me through this. Listen to what she said, you know. She said that she had explained this in a prior radio interview and that it was kind of concerning for her that people raised questions about the financing of her campaign, which means it was an issue at this time. Yes. She knew about it. This wasn't the first time.
She's covering it up.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that keep in mind that the two interviewers, nobody asked her any question about the campaign financing. Listen to her. She said, I want to address this myself. I want to bring it up. They never asked her. And listen to her carefully.
All right. I'm going to play it now. I'm going to listen carefully. I word transparent and everything. Listen. All right. Remember, she get the money already, you know. It start paper and everything already. Listen now.
Way though, you know,
Please explain to him.
it really doesn't.
No, I don't want anybody
on
explaining.
camera. I'm not even going to wait till we break.
No, I don't.
Sorry,
no, watch now. Watch now.
Father of our creation.
Next month when you see me, I'm sit down. So, and them say, why I'm sit down? So I say, I'm the Secretary General and his friend.
Would you guys allow me to say something, even though it's not? You didn't ask me the question.
Please.
Whoa.
She wanted to say it. Although you didn't ask me the question.
Right.
Let me play it again. People to catch this. That's what I like play it and listen now, you know, listen.
Would you guys allow me to say something, even though it's not? You didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago. That the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has a budget for these things.
So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a budget for these things, not for the campaign, but it's funded by the government of Jamaica, and then our Minister of Foreign Affairs have a budget to campaign for these things. Which kind of things?
Right.
It's have a budget for run.
Right.
Run the election.
So when them should I, so the question at this point now, while
Yes.
she's on the screen, the question I have to ask her, Minister Kamina Johnson Smith, You said in June that your campaign is funded by the government of Jamaica. Finn Partners provided public relations services to you for your campaign. Who paid Finn Partners? Was it the government of Jamaica, to the best of your knowledge? That's what I ask her. Yes. Who paid Finn Partners? Since you're saying that the government of Jamaica is the one who financed your campaign, you notice something. She never once said that I'm getting funding from private sources and I'm getting Finn Partners.
She said the government, and it means the government.
Yeah.
And she said her ministry. The rest of funded come to her ministry, not private.
Right.
Not private entity. Her ministry, a part of the government.
So the minister now will have to say that we shouldn't believe our lying ears. That's what she must say. Don't believe what you hear me come out of my mouth. That's what she must say.
Not our word.
Those are her words. And these documents are not, I didn't create these documents. I did not create them.
Okay. I could play it back again. She asked a question. I could hear her again.
Yeah, nobody asked her nothing, you know.
That the campaign is a
Go back, brother.
Let me go back. We'll beat this now, Ed, make sure you're
oh, by the way, let me stop it there. We want our attorneys them know, because I had mentioned before that we have some evidence that we're holding on to, and we're going to reveal them later. And the Braham, Mr. Braham, our former, I don't know if he's still on our team, but this one I see another lawyer. Mr. Braham wrote to my lawyer and said he wanted me to reveal and provide those things. Well, Mr. Braham, or whoever is representing her now, this is what I'm referring to. This shows intent. This shows a lack of transparency. This shows a lack of accountability. This shows a willingness to deceive people, because she didn't mention that Finn Partners was involved in her campaign and Finn Partners was being paid by somebody else.
Good.
Play it.
And she didn't mention that no private entity in Jamaica donate anything to the government of Jamaica.
She did mention that.
Our campaign. She did not.
That mention that, correct.
Listen again. She did not mention nothing about no private, nothing.
And hold on, don't play it. Hold on.
Yes.
And we have to throw that in there, that Minister Morgan said when he was asked if the private sector reached out to the government to support the government's effort, he said, and we told them that we would be very happy if they would assist.
If they would, and this is when that was August.
August, him said that. Him said when they first,
June,
he said,
this.
Yeah, he said, no, what he's talking about is when they first did it back in April. He said that they approached us. And he said, and so the private sector approached the government and said,
but then they were taking neither. They said, we'd be happy if they would.
And then they did. They did.
Yeah.
And then they did.
Them did.
That's the 99. No, he didn't say they did, but that's the $99,000.
Yeah, but then why never declare it? Because him said they would.
Well,
you understand this?
Hold on a second. Hold on, not play that yet. Hold on. He also said the government of this. He said this is a transaction between private Jamaican companies and a private US company for the benefit of an international campaign. Do you hear that? Benefit of an international campaign. He actually said that. That's a direct quote from the Minister of Information. Whose international campaign? This lady's international campaign. He said, the government of Jamaica is not a party to the contract, and it would be inappropriate for me to name private company.
So them is not a party. So the private sector, that's in August, he must say, them go to find them own people here and pay them. And she don't declare this?
Here him say again. Him say, I don't know the fullness of the arrangement. I don't know the fullness.
Doing, I'm tell you that misinformation guy, that book life guy. Him, you hear this? Sure, in a deeper water.
Yeah, him say, I don't
know about the arrangement. I don't know about this, you know.
No, here further. Here, this is very revealing. Very revealing. He said, I don't know the fullness of the arrangement. Public declaration says Finn Partners was engaged to provide PR support for Minister Johnson Smith in her campaign for Commonwealth Secretary General.
I didn't know. But the private sector engaged them. This is August. When no know nothing about it, the government don't know nothing about them arrangement.
Then him go back and say, there's nothing on that document that says government of Jamaica. Now make me prove to you.
All right.
You not tell the truth. Hold on.
Okay. And this all right.
It says, this is the document him I refer to, Fin Partners.
Yes.
Number 5 on it. Address, number 4, address name of foreign principal, Kamina Johnson Smith. Number 5, address of foreign principal, 2 Port Royal Street, Kingston, Jamaica. What's located at 2 Port Royal Street, Kingston, Jamaica?
Office.
The headquarters for minister,
Office,
the head office, the headquarters for foreign. Then the number 10, if the foreign principal is not a foreign government or a foreign political party, state the nature of the business or activity of this foreign principal. Answer, foreign affairs and foreign trade of Jamaica. So how him said the government of Jamaica not appear upon this document that can
and it said
that's
foreign
connected.
affairs
That's connected.
of
Yeah.
Jamaica. Him said not appear on the document and you have it.
Yeah.
So me tell you say him is the next liar to always come out with him foolishness, you know. Miss Education Minister. Yeah, man. I can finish play it. I can play it back now. I can play this. This will I better she stop talk. Listen again.
The funding of the campaign.
No, go back. You have to go back.
When she asked, when we say 11
Next month when you see me, I'm sit down.
All right,
And
right,
I say, why
so-
I'm sit down? So I say, me and the
Because
Secretary
he's
General and his
Secretary
friend.
Yeah,
good
would you
friend.
guys allow me to say something even though it's not, you didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago. That the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica.
Stop it there.
Contributed.
Stop it there. Now, what we're going to do, if we're allowed to proceed, that radio interview what she did, that's going to become evidence.
Yes.
We want discovery. We want this radio interview that she did because we want to hear what she said. Because me sure so she not say nothing about private financing either. Me
No,
sure
and
she
if
not
she
say
said
that.
that, I not say it so that
Problem.
Yeah,
Problem.
because that tell lie somewhere
Problem.
else. Okay.
Rewind, my brother. Rewind and go back.
Yeah, man, rewind again and come back. You want to listen again. Listen.
Answered previously in a
Rewind.
radio interview.
Rewind.
Woke up this morning.
Rewind.
People were asking questions.
I'm going to wait till we break.
No, I
I'm
don't.
not certain.
No,
Yes,
watch
we're
now.
good now.
Watch now.
Father of our
Next month
creation.
when you see me, I'm sit down. So, and them say, why I'm sit down? So I say, me
Because
and the
he's
Secretary General and his
Secretary
friend.
Yeah,
good
would you
friend.
guys allow me to say something even though it's not, you didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little
Stop it there.
surprised
Stop
about
it
that
again.
because
Stop it
it's some-
again. Stop it again. Stop it again. You just say? You
It
didn't ask me the
bothers her.
question I want to talk about because it bothered me when I woke up this morning.
Yes. Why you see them and them lies and this use and hold them all the while, you know. Them own
No.
words.
If that bother her because somebody was asked some question, Minister, be bothered by this.
Ah.
Be bothered by this.
All
Be
right.
bothered by this and be bothered by the statement where I make right now. That statement on the screen. Be bothered by that. If you bothered when you wake up this morning, you bothered because somebody question who will pay for your campaign. We know who will pay for your campaign. See it ya.
Okay.
We know. Rewind, my brother.
All right. Make it hear ya.
I had publicly answered.
Rewind.
And the Secretary General and his friend.
Yes.
previously. Yeah, would you guys allow me to say something even though it's not, you didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago. That the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
So it absorbed by within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Nothing
That
else. You know?
has a budget for these things.
So if nobody else campaign it, no other body, just the government and then there is a funding from our ministry, which are part of the government set speed. She never mentioned no private sector, nothing at all. No, nothing. She not declare 15 million, 99,000. She not declare it, nothing at all. That's all. Nothing.
I've been blending the campaign along with work that I would normally do as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we will report on the expenditure after the campaign, because it's a little early in the stage to do so now. But there are no secrets. There's no attempt to hide anything. And, you know, I hope people will not seek to characterize it that way.
Yeah, hold on there. Stop it there. Stop it there, my brother. You see, as this broadcast done, as we done here, so, me, I go file with the Ministry of Finance to get the expenditure we should talk about. Because we want to see who go on the trip. A taxpayers' money, you know. We want to see who go on the trip and how much money actually spent. And here's why. Taxpayers, Jamaican taxpayers, whether you're PNP, Labour Right, UICR, no affiliation, or whether you don't even live in Jamaica, but you're concerned because you're a Jamaican. Listen to this reasoning. Jamaica paid $43 million to support this campaign. And this is, we're not counting the $99,000. We're talking about the Jamaican government. Spent $43 million. How much that come to, brother?
That are over over 10, 20 million, that, you know. 20,000 that, you know.
$20,000.
Yes.
Hold on, man. That not sound right.
No.
That can't sound right.
No, 200,000, 250,000, 250,000 and 40, yes. 250,000. Look over that. 250,000, brother.
Hold on, man. Make we get it correct.
30.
We have time. Hold on there. How much? 43 million, right?
Yeah, man. 200,000, man. 250,000, brother.
150.
Little bit over 250,000.
286,000.
Yeah. Look over.
Right?
Yeah.
286,000 US dollars, right? No. Plus you get an additional 99,000. Call it 100,000. No, Jamaican taxpayers and people who have Jamaica in their hearts. Think about this. The Jamaican government did not have to spend 1 cent. 1 cent. They spent $43 million, and ask yourself, what did they get out of the $46 million? Did they get what they expected out of the $46 million? No, because the expected outcome was that she would be elected to the position of Secretary General of the Commonwealth. It didn't happen. Now, here's why it's important. We didn't have to spend a cent out of it, because you know why? There was a consensus in CARICOM that we were going to support somebody else. There was a consensus that we were going to support somebody else. So them spent $43 million out of taxpayers' money, defying something that they had agreed on to put this lady up against the Baroness, and she lost. And so Jamaican...
So lose $43 million like that. We could have buy some ambulances or fix up something.
Look,
or do something.
See a place here? That place and place in a Rockfort and Bower Banks and Arnett Gardens and Jungle and Jonestown and Tivoli and Rosetown and Whitfield Town and Tower Hill and Compo. All them places there, them could have used some of that money to help the children get a better education, to provide nutrition for some of the children them. $280-something thousand could have gone a long way towards it. And if you notice, me not talk about hospitals and this, not talk about the children me focus on.
Yes.
That could have gone a long way. Right? And instead we spend it on this lady.
But you know something too? The other day when they have the pandemic, you know, the government come out with a thing where all of them get funding all over the place, grant. And the government look and say them will give each constituencies with nearly 100,000 people in it, $2 million Jamaican dollar for help ease the burden off of people. So if you cut down, some people get like 30 cents. It can't do. Yeah, on a serious note, like 100,000 people live in a constituency. Can you have people that vote? You have older people, you have young people, you have young kids and all kind of things. See? And you are getting each constituency just $2 million. The government are look for spend 126 million. Yeah, at the time for just handout. For just help for that you can buy like a food and do something like that. In the constituency, but you have spent 40 million per share alone. A matter of fact, them dash away 40 million. And if you just slow it. Eh? Government reckless, man. Them reckless bad. Remember finish playing a little thing about Ratty.
Go ahead.
Be always politically correct. Just say, uno go.
Yeah, just say uno go.
Because it's something I had publicly answered previously.
Go back.
In a
This is
radio
worth
interview.
repeating. This is worth repeating, my brother. Go back to the
Please.
beginning.
Because it's something that
Go back
bothered me when I
again.
woke up.
Go back again. And because every time I listen to it, you know,
No,
stop
I
it.
don't.
Stop it.
No, watch now.
Because every time I listen to it, you know, I pick out something out, right, you know, very important.
course.
Because but never, you hear she say, like we say, I will repeat the first thing we get out, one of the first things we get out of this was the fact that she's so concerned that she talk about, and I like said them ask her, you know, she a think about it, you know, and she don't even mention say a private donor or private donors involved. She don't mention that. She concerned about people that raise the issue, you know. But you know, concerned about people that raise the issue about financing of her campaign.
Yes.
Whether it's with a foreign government or anything, that was the perfect moment for her to come out and say, listen, let me be transparent about everything that's going on. There is no foreign government involved with my campaign. It is the Jamaican government and its private citizens and companies in Jamaica. This is purely a Jamaican thing. No British government, no Australian government, no other government is financially supporting me in this thing. Now, one of the things she never said is other support from other governments. You notice she don't say financial support from other governments. You have other means of support, not just financial. You have other means. She never said it. She never said it.
And then they are testing in the people. If she get the job, at the pay she watch her pay might go check her live in London for 4 years.
Yes.
And that if she come back to Jamaica, she might maybe meant that I can play the front part of the video, you know. I make you hear the interview, you know. So I fear I fear. I say, oh, you know, we can't serve Jamaica and the region if I depend on the board. If you can't serve Jamaica already, and people are leaving our tone zone and all kind of things, she not serve nobody, you know. She tell people to catch people and put them back on plane and send them back to Jamaica. People are trying to run to save them life. Them and them picking them out for staff to death. When they get a little money from people overseas, them buy 2 local plane ticket and they try to run through the border. For save themselves. No job, not at all. And then she busy, I tell people, say, it hurt the passport. That's just said us last week, you know. It hurt them, and people start turning them back. People are turning them back. Yeah, and I call it smuggling ring. Eh? Hear this, people. Hear this.
Watch now.
Father of our
Next month when you see me, I'm sit down. So, and them say, why I'm sit down? So I say, me and the Secretary General and his friend.
Would you guys allow me to say something, even though it's not, you didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago. That the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has a budget for these things, as I've been blending the campaign along with work that I would normally do as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we will report on the expenditure after the campaign, because it's a little early in the stage to do so now. But there are no secrets. There's no attempt to hide anything. And, you know, I hope people will not seek to characterize it that way.
And politicians mustn't be always.
All right, stop him there, son. Let me ask you something, Ratty. She said no other budget for travel and everything, the from Fair Ministry. Where she get the money, where the money they to these people, where she get it from? From private sector. When them play the fin partner, where them get the money they for? Where them get what kind of job them do for you? I've paid the exposure and promotion and all kind of things. Ratty?
Look, she get a budget. Hold on. She get a budget. Jamaica gave her just for the campaign. I'm not talking about she said she blended it with other monies that should normally travel.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Jamaica just for the campaign. Jamaica spent approximately 18.2 million in support of her candidacy. And the 18.2 million was earmarked for meals, transportation, COVID testing, PR support activities. Remember that, people.
Yeah.
Accommodation.
So she did have the money there already for that.
She have money already for PR, yes.
Yes, she have it, okay.
Yeah. Accommodation and communication support activities, right? So she already get money in her budget for PR. You know, them have, and plus you have JIS.
Yeah,
Right?
you have JIS following you everywhere. You never have to pay the money, you know. They never have to spend the money, you know, because JIS people them get paid. Them that follow you. You see like how, you know, I mean, them have press with government or follow government around. Yeah? Government have to pay them this because them get paid already. JIS pay out these things already. So them just carry people from JIS and them cover everything. Yeah?
No, here's something else, right? Minister Morgan on Nationwide Radio again, August 7th. He said that when they were talking about the expenditures, he said the Prime Minister told them to, quote, cut, end of quote, and, quote, double up responsibilities, end of quote, as much as they could because the government could not afford the expenditures as other candidates for similar positions, right? He might tell them to tighten them belt when you spend the money. So then if that is the case, is taking the ambassador, the Jamaican ambassador to the United States, taking her to Kigali, is that tightening your belt?
That can't be tightening your belt. That can't be tightening my belt. How much people went with them?
We're going to find that out now. We're going to find that out.
We're going to find
that out. Yes.
Yeah, because they never have to carry this bagger more and know the delegation. I can remember we know about plane ticket and everything for going to Africa and anything there. Or for no one's expensive. So we soon find out that. You understand? Kevin said 10 I want to. I want to get hotel. Me know nobody now pressure them and nothing at all. 10 I want to. Me never so much, but put them at 10. And you buy the little ticket and thing, it come up to $40 million better. And the little food and the little PR. And we not see nothing with the PR. Me not see no picture. Me not see nothing at all, you know. With the PR there. With the PR, where you pay for PR? PR I do what? Because when she go up on TV, and them thing, she not pay them, you know. She go do interview with the PR, with the money cover with that PR, with them that cover.
I wish I could have tell them, brother.
This bad man.
I wish I could have tell her.
I know good that, you know. Me see the recklessness again, you know, Ratty. Me see the recklessness again where the Prime Minister make him speech, budget debate speech. And it's so ironic that you can just get up and release $7.5 million for rebroadcast it. When you have JIS and the people them not get no pay. That could be like them a buy out radio station to me. If you do what? Nobody now listen them. Nobody now listen back your speech. Right? People can listen some lies. For PR same way. Like go with him come back and sing, said nobody gonna break my style. I'm gonna keep on moving more. Like I reckon bad for this try the economy more than how it break. It's bad.
Yeah.
So we should all them spend money better with no regards to taxpayers. We are holding accountable.
Yeah, them not care about taxpayer. Them spend the taxpayer money like a water, them a drink.
Yes.
Them spend it without even thinking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
JIS, them have the magazine part, everything. You go up on JIS, it's everything. And them are free to hear by every radio station, TV station, and cable in Jamaica. Through JIS. Yeah? But instead of them do that, what them do, them go and appear some radio station and do breaking news and all kind of things. Some mouthpiece radio station and them things. The people for hold them accountable. This is stop. In our country, we can't feed with people. You know much people go to hospital. Let me tell you this. Starvation and kill people in Jamaica, you know. It might have sound away, but that's true.
Starvation and kill people. Talk to them about the 2 million people who now eat nutritious.
2 million people now eat good, brother. No, but I see what's thing. Them now have no proper, them hungry. Remember, an international thing that report that, you know, and I mean, you know, not my word. Them tell us that 2 million people in Jamaica now have no proper meal. Them are starved. And that's straight. And them can't go around it. See? So me see the private sector organization in Jamaica, one of them come out and I say the 3 million people and something. And not 3 million, them say 2 point, them say over 2 million. So he might put for himself in it to like we're idiot. Account for themselves. And them a mash me up, you know. And them a mash up Jamaica too, you know. Yeah, man, I hold them accountable, brother.
No, man, go and talk. I find something I'll send you, man. Where you got?
Yeah, man.
That's something.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah.
No. So for her to come and whisper, me personally offended by the things that she has said now, because we should have just keep our mouth closed and just make her go through the process, and then she just take our lumps. But instead she claims that she can fight this vigorously. You can't, there's no defense against the truth. Like we said before, when truth is hurled against falsehood, falsehood perishes, because by its nature, falsehood is bound to perish.
Have to perish. Have to. I will say, people in the diaspora, we are all them. See, we're not the joke thing, When you see them thing and them here, we are talk, and them things say, we're going to sit down and just talk. No. We have some action figures. We not play around here. We're not playing with them around here. So when we talk, we mean what we say, we tell us, we're not do tabloid around here. We are hold them accountable. And that's how we're there. That's how we're there. Every move they make, and yeah, we hold them to know. We hold them by for them own words,
Exactly.
not ours.
Exactly.
So we make sure have the tape here what them say, and we are matched up with. Make us see what them do. If what them say and what them do, make us see if it match, and if it no match, I show them say, but you just say this, but you do that. See, disturbable. First time in a Rattigan, them used to get over these things, because there is nobody for hold them to account. No account.
That's true.
So when them come and talk a foolishness, same like come here and talk about Ed Barrett, I'm gonna do something about him after this, because it seems to appear to some people like him I do good, but TD, what they call it, TD Deco or something, PD Deco, where they want name, run under field ministry, right? The one who cut up the people them rough, and the people them are good. So him are one of the worst. The people them now get no good pay in a hotel. Gratuity not working. The people them if you talk to the guests, you must TP Deco. Yes. Run under field ministry. You can't go on no beach. None. All the matter about we get investment. I see him in the paper talk about some job, about some opportunities. Me I come deal with that too. You understand? Him is a zero performer. Him I throw Jamaican people under the bus. You can't go no beach. And him at the cars I too. Can't let him out. TD Deco, but them say them name TPD, TP Deco. Yes. Them, see the people them are do them rough in long time. I have a long time member of parliament. Want lease out the thing, and when you look, them go cut up the people them thing, and then them tell lie about sexual harassment. Who would want to carry someone who pay you? Pay you for just carry them on something. Most of the time, people them and them husband and other people them on it. And you have people who pay you, you are sexually harass them. That makes sense? And them pay you. But through them one them big friend of these things, this is what them do. Them lack of every river, every sea like for them. A country cannot run so. You talk about tourism, you can't talk about tourism and take where they see them from the people. When the place is a tropical country, when sun with the hot they want to cool off, they can't go in there. What them want to do? Go over Portmore, go some place where be a crocodile and go chuck off in the little dirty pan.
Yep.
You go swim with crocodile. Come in and say like a Black River, because they know it's full of crocodile, Yeah? But the other rivers, you see them when them not go off from Black River. Yeah? Them forgot to take Black River off on it. No, them not do that. See? But some other rivers now, the people them have them rivers, them shut it down. Me see the Reach Falls in Portland, them shut it down and talk about some fish kill. Oh, now lock up the rivers. You're not supposed to lock up the river. No government. And you're not supposed to privatize rivers and sea. None at all. None. Zero whatsoever. None at all. You're not supposed to privatize it. You can privatize the car park will lead to the sea, to the beach. So you have a car park like you have the municipality, Ratty, and you have a car park. So you have people to park. So you charge for park at the car park then. Whether you have built it up on them thing, but people are free to go up on the beach.
Right.
See? So if you build up that and they say that make you money. You see
right, the money from the parking, yeah.
Yes. But you're not supposed to black out. Me, I go down or something and you are black me out and say, no, you can't mix up with these people. So you take me, like you say, you're una mongrel, una slave still, Them people pay them money. what have you. See them blackouts give them from a place. And then you me not like with them people and them people paper when you stop cover the foolishness. You have a management. Me sure when you have book and you go to the university, the manager or nothing. Them come and refute claim. And I say it never happened. Hey, me don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you. The lies, we tired of that. We are born with the whole of the lies them. We don't have no time for you. But you know, refute claim. I say not a liar if you come say this and him never did a liar. They move. So you know, so all people by them own words.
There you go. There you go, my brother.
Them convict themselves, not us. By them own word. By them own words. We rather do it this way. Say when we do it that way, you can't wrong. If you want government accountable by them words this way, you better off. I know you say we are doing on here, I know. Right. And I cross a man tell we are listen. The minister talk herself. But she tell you how the budget fund to deal with our things. That time the money spent already.
Yes. Yes, the money spent from April, May, June. The last payment was in June.
And she make the interview in June.
Yeah.
And she going to know that the Jamaican government has spent money. See? And the government not care for the world and bitter. Because you look upon it and say, but oh God, you have some youth now and not touch youth and them thing. The money I could have spent better, you know. Not like that, them not think about it. We have money can spend, we could push her in this. So. And if you ask them, no matter say, but if she did win, you know, it benefit Jamaica. Ask them, oh,
them can't tell.
Benefit her pocket because she not get a good salary and live in London for 4 years, and then when she come back.
And if you listen to her, she keep using the personal pronoun I, me. So it wasn't about representing Jamaica. No. And then also with that job that is not support. That job is to represent an organization.
Yes.
It's not to represent Jamaica. To represent
Jamaica is just part of Jamaica.
That job, if you look at it, this is not like a UN job where when you go to UN, you represent your country. This is she represent a region. So when them ask, hold on. You know
I can't play the whole thing make them hear, you know, because she attack everything what she do, you know.
Play it. I'm going to play with Minister Morgan. Play it, please.
I'm play the whole interview for the people. Just listen what she say, so I know she challenge, I know she not going to win. Listen, that's what she feel. Listen.
Some people think a controversial candidacy for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General. She's here now.
The controversial candidacy. Because you know, it's a woman in the Caribbean, you know, want to go up against her. I told the Prime Minister, the one get out Bernice, the one from in a UK, them a push her. So she attacks a boom bam bam, them, and them run go. Yeah, a matter of fact, here she say, them a tell her to enter it. And them she not listen.
Update us on what's going on. Morning, ma'am. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Morning.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm great. Thank you.
I just found out that for you to get this position, you will no longer be a minister. You will no longer be a senator. So why in the world you want to leave us, please?
It is with mixed feelings, but it's about service and service in a different capacity. Service not only to Jamaica, but service to 54 countries across the Commonwealth with shared values and shared principles, and that really have and has a great potential to deliver even better impact in communities across the Commonwealth.
So if she herself now do no impact and to no community in Jamaica, or you have no impact, better impact across the Commonwealth, she not do nothing for Jamaica. She leave people them in when the war starts. She leave people them in a Beijing when the pandemic start. People are ball. We go study a ball for come home. This is a fear kind of pattern. So what kind of service shall service themselves?
About service.
Yeah, so before Simone, I understand what service means, but exactly your role would be what? What you do as a Secretary General?
I would be, if I am chosen by heads of government, I would be the head of the Secretariat, which is the main administrative body of the 54, or rather of the entities that serve the 54 countries.
If you can't serve one, or you put off for the head for 54. Who that's so sick? I must on drunkard. Some people that have to vote for you. If you can't serve the country where you're in right now, you're not doing nothing good. Who that put you at the head for 54, but Secretary General for serve what? I one packet, brother. Well, listen here.
There are essentially 3 pillars. There's a Commonwealth Secretariat, there's a Commonwealth of Learning, and there's, of course, the youth program. There are, 2 G7 countries, 5 G20 countries, and the rest of us are at different stages of development within the Commonwealth. And there are, many accredited organizations, civil society, volunteers that work in every imaginable sector that help with technical capacity building, that support young people's empowerment.
So, looking at Jamaica people, if them support young people empowerment. So the little youth in the Prime Minister constituency and through them over the other side where them people must don't vote for the Prime Minister. You notice them just come make a little speech and you not see him again. Him there 6 years, so I myself not do him I do. And the Prime Minister don't know about him. And them say young people empowerment when them more send out Zozo and state of emergency and step in the young people neck. Instead of teach them the right thing. That's why I listen to the words and watch the action. It no match.
Gender advancement, so many things that are of critical support in allowing us to achieve our development goals.
Okay.
So where would you be based?
I would be based in London. Trust me, this is the hardest part. The thought of leaving is the hardest part, but it would be for 4 years.
Yeah. Thought of leaving to be the hardest part. Nobody, you could leave and come back. You can't go where you want to go. Go to Middle East, go stay. Go to China. You're good. Turn on that Ratty. Turn on your mic.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Right. Here's a problem with that statement. And I'm gonna tell you why some people them say educated fools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because common sense is not so common at all.
Mm-mm.
Common sense is in short stock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happened. The person who had the job and still has a job, Baroness Patricia Scotland, right?
Mm-hmm.
She served 4 years. Her 4-year term ended in 2020, right? The way they set it up in the Commonwealth is that if you have the job and you want, and they allow you to get an extension for another 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. If you want that and you just say, I want to have the job, there's a gentleman's or gentlewoman's agreement in the Commonwealth that people just allow you to do it. One time in the history of the Commonwealth, that incumbent, the person who had the job, was challenged by somebody else. Because generally speaking, they don't challenge you. They wait to see what you want to do. And if you say, I want to stay another 4 years, they say, okay, all right, fine, no problem, right? Mm-hmm. The Baroness tenure ended in 2020. What happened in 2020?
The pandemic.
Mm-hmm. So the Commonwealth couldn't meet. They couldn't meet until 2022. So the Baroness continued in that role as Secretary General. What the Baroness said to them was, listen, I consider myself to be in my 2nd term. So I only have, know that we're meeting to have the election. If I'm selected, because no, never know, she's not supposed to have the body around against her, but our Jamaica go put up this lady here. So she said, if I'm successful, I'm only going to serve 2 years. That will make it 8 years I've been here.
Yes.
Right?
So Africa time now.
And then Africa get it. Here where this one I go say, me want it for 4 years. No, if you're Africa, and I would say Africa, not a community of Africa, because Africa make up 50-something countries, right?
Yes.
And not all of them are Commonwealth countries.
No, me know.
Right.
Yes.
But if you are Africa and you wait your turn to go take the seat, what you say to yourself is, wait a minute, if Baroness stay, if me vote for Baroness only have 2 years. Mm-hmm. If me vote for the minister from Jamaica, me have to wait 4.
Yes.
So why me I go wait 4? What she going to do so special that people in Africa can't do? Right? What she going to do? Is she the golden child? What she going to do that we can't do ourselves? So make we better we just wait 2 and take it.
So instead of come out next year, that of 2024, she know it'll come run, she know, and she'll go up 2026, 2028.
Yeah, should have come out 26. Yeah. Barnett will come out 2024 and she will have come out 2026. What she should have done, if that's what I tell you, say, them take we round here for Kunumono. But we know where are going. Them and one of the reasons why we are teach them and why we are lash them is because them underrate way, right?
Yes.
Them underrate way, and so them don't expect nothing from we because you talk about Rockfort and Waterhouse. Nothing good not supposed to come from them place there. Them people, them not get no good education, them not no common sense, them not supposed to can square up against people from uptown who got the prestigious high schools and the prestigious university and them well trained and well educated.
Prestigious university, around 1,000, nearly 2,000 on the list of universities.
Right.
When them a lock up bathroom up there, then can't even open and keep the bathroom in peace.
So we're not supposed to have no ideas. We're not supposed to have critical thinking skills. We're not supposed to have none of that, right? But the one thing me know the difference between 2 and 4.
But them know the difference.
Me know 4 greater. 4 greater. What she should have done if me the advisor, I said to them, listen, tell the people them, listen, Baroness serve 6 already. And what you will do is you will just serve out the 2-year term for the region, right? Because it would have been 8 years for the region. And you just say, listen, the Baroness do 6 already. I will jump in and I will just do 2 for the region. And after that, Africa get it.
Oh, but hear this now. That's the next problem, because we'd have to come in and and say, no, why Jamaica can spend 40 million for 2 years? 2 years. So now this don't remember Africa can get it after the 2 years. So it don't make no sense when you look on it.
Right.
So we just burn out the government and everything same way if she come and say it. So anyway, she's gonna attack and do them,
Yeah, but if she did really want to show some smarts, right?
Yes.
She should have to face your complaint. No, the point you raised, should have to face that. But then what would happen is that she would have win. She would have win based on what me are here. She would have win if she did just say, listen, we just want to take 2 years. Because where Africa look by now, Africa look like say she are gonna come bring no new ideas and revolutionize the place and like that. No, them not look on. All Africa look on is that when we are get with it, when we are gonna get with seat, right? And so some of them have problems with Baroness, right? But them look on it and say, well, we have problems with Baroness, but them problems are gone in 2 years. Now we are taking on this woman and now we're taking on for 4 years. We don't know what kind of problem she are gonna bring. So better we stick with the evil we know. Better we stick with the evil we know and just take the 2 years and leave. So she should have said, I will only do 2 years and see what that happen. But then she would have run into the problem where you raise that. Why is it we pay $40-something for 2 years when everybody has served 4 and 6 and we go to now and serve 2?
It don't make no sense. I'm going to go and finish here.
I am offering myself to serve for the period 2022 to 2026, which would be the next substantive term of the Secretariat.
Is it safe to say that your announcement caught people off guard?
Yes, I think that's safe to say.
And why would that have been the case? I mean, you wouldn't have wanted anybody to know you were considering?
No. We had been asked years ago when countries were first starting to say that they thought there should be a change of leadership.
You hear? A UK pressure it. I must say next one because them didn't want to get rid of Baroness. So them ask here ago. That me show you how them deceitful, Somebody asks you if you're loyal to the Caribbean, you say no, but somebody in the Caribbean they are already, we're not take up this, no. We can't England, no, you Prime Minister, we not follow you. Johnson, we not do it. You understand? No. Right. We have somebody there already. Loyalty over royalty. Royalty shall looking up. You understand?
I hear you.
Man. Watch out.
We had declined because our view was that hopefully the issues that brought those queries about would resolve themselves, but they haven't. And I think the fact that 3 candidates have come forward from different regions clearly sets that out. There's a candidate from Tuvalu in the Pacific. There was a candidate from Kenya in Africa. And
there was.
And there is, of course,
he's withdrawn.
Myself.
That person has.
She has withdrawn. The Kenyan candidate has withdrawn, but the Tuvalu candidate, Sir Iateli, is still in the race, very much so. So it's a three-person race.
So you saw this and you said, I want it, or did the Prime Minister or someone else say, come in, I think this is...
Well, we were asked again.
No. We were asked again. You think I joke now make people? Me I tell you who a push her. Because them that fight against woman, no man talk. And them in a UK.
And she said, we, meaning the Jamaican government, was asked again.
You see, them are collude with who because them want to come push. You don't know, say Caribbean sister, this Caribbean nation have this. Why they want to do this? All right. Play it again.
When, after the Kenyan candidate withdrew, the approaches started once more, and this time
the approaches start once more, and half of them own mind. You see it? You see, so they're easy for Ben. Eh? Them easy for Ben, man. Yeah, man.
This from whom, ma'am?
from a few other countries,
Hey!
and
They don't, me not, brother. They well there. Me not tell you, man.
Truth
Let me
come
just
to
go
light,
again.
man.
Let me just go again, people. Me listen to me now.
again, no. When after the Kenyan candidate withdrew, the approaches started once more, and this time
Approaches from whom, ma'am?
from a few other countries,
Me not tell you. All right. You wanna see it? You understand? That me I tell you. That's why they must say no foreign government not give them the money.
Right.
We have to go check out if them did get something in at the back door. Because we have things like UK involved and them things, you have to check out if things run at the back door. You have to. You understand? You hear from other countries and half of them own them a do this. See? Yeah, man, them a press button.
and so we started consultations. We didn't consult before, but this time we consulted within the region and across the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And the response was so positive that it caused this sort of waterfall. We were getting questions at the High Commission, and we said, you know what, we just have to take the decision and go. When the Kenyan candidate
Why couldn't they say we're not taking that decision and we're not going?
You go there. All right.
actually issued a note to all the heads of state indicating that they were withdrawing at this time because they hoped another candidate would come forward and there would be time for that candidacy to manifest. So it wasn't perfect timing, but they said there's nobody better.
It wasn't a perfect timing, but she still put herself there. Yeah. Them know enough. Yeah.
Come forward and there would be time for that candidacy to manifest. So it wasn't perfect timing, but they said there's nobody better than Jamaican women in the sprint.
Yeah. It wasn't a perfect timing, but them say that nobody better than Jamaican woman in the sprint. Yeah, like this is some joke thing.
When them talk about nobody better than the sprint, them never talk about she. Them never talk about Shelly and the others. Not she. She's not an athlete.
Yeah, all
If
right.
I'm allowed to say, I said this now, but Paco.
But that was in fact a joke made to me by a counterpart foreign minister. So I have just now taken it as my own, but it was another foreign minister who made it.
But the posturing has not been very different.
Stop it there, brother. Stop it there.
Yeah.
You know what you need to play? You need to play. I think you have it now. I think you have it now. When them interview, when Baroness Scotland make a plea to her and tell her, for the sake of the unity of the Caribbean, don't run. And then them show her in the elevator bank, have on the mask, and them ask her, Minister, have you heard from the Baroness? Are you going to abide by? And she said, that will never happen. That won't happen. If you can't find that, brother.
I'm play this and go out of feet. Yeah, I'm going to play it.
Is pegged as a three-person race. It is clear, I think, to many who are watching, or it would seem, let me say that you are way ahead. And it seems that you too also feel that way.
Well, it's going very well. I don't take anything for granted. I mean, it's 54 heads of state, 54 heads of government who make this decision. So there could be shifting sands. But I will say unequivocally that the response to my candidacy has been so positive and so encouraging. I think that it is in part because of the experience that I have had across the political space. In the multilateral space, I've served as president of the ACP Council, presiding over the securing of our mandate for the new development agreement through which we get our development funds. That is across Africa, Caribbean, and the Pacific. I've served as chair of CARICOM, opening the post-Brexit trade agreement discussions from 2017. I started those. We got the agreement in 2019. I've served as chair of the CARICOM Council of Foreign Relations. I've served as chair of CARICOM Council on Trade and Economic Development. I mean, we currently serve as coordinator within the WTO for the ACP, that is 79 countries again, and many of whom are Commonwealth countries. So I have been operating at building bridges, negotiating across the peace,
so you think you're the best candidate?
I think that many countries happily think so.
Yeah. One country doesn't. I don't know if he's changed his mind, but Prime Minister Gaston Brown from Antigua and Barbuda actually said your move was a monumental error. Whilst I'm not asking you to think for him, do you know why he would say that?
You know, I had a conversation with him about this. We had a great meeting when I was in Ghana for the Agri-Invest Forum just a few weeks ago. And you know, I don't want to share our conversation.
Right, fair enough.
But how it has been taken in the media is not exactly how he meant it. He's actually very complimentary of my capacity and my abilities. And I would say that maybe media can ask him for another comment at another time.
What about Baroness Patricia Scotland, who was urging you to even withdraw your candidacy?
Well, I prefer not to focus on the incumbency as part of my campaign. I focus on my vision, what Jamaica brings to the table through my person, what we have done historically, what I have done, and what we wish to do for the Commonwealth, which is to enhance its ability to deliver on member states' priorities, to ensure there is more focused leadership, more strategic leadership that leverages the limited resources for the areas where the Commonwealth has comparative advantage, to strengthen our ability to deliver technical capacity and to get reinvestment, because funding has fallen off across the years for various different reasons. And it
For various too much criminality are going in Jamaica and some other Caribbean countries. That's why it fall off. Yeah? So we have finished play this. Yeah?
It is felt largely that a new, re-energized, a new leader at the helm of the Secretariat, bringing the energy and the bridge-building capacity that Jamaica has to the space, will, however, revitalize the Commonwealth.
Don't know if it
Revitalize what? You can't really revitalize Jamaica much as Commonwealth. Hear this?
was done deliberately, but Sim just interviewed someone from Rwanda. The decision will be
nice.
made in Rwanda at
It
the end
will.
of this month.
Yes.
If and when that happens, when do you pack up and you're going to leave us?
We still have to discuss that.
Okay.
We still have to
and
discuss
then
that
what
as there isn't a
happens?
fixed period.
Look ahead for 4 years. You come back and be the Prime Minister.
What kind of question is
Did you
that?
see that shriek?
Well, wait, but I'm giving her a chance to answer.
No,
I thought it was a great question. By the
haven't-
way, I thought it was a great question.
Did you? Did you really?
Shocker.
Shocker, exactly. I haven't thought that far ahead. What I can say, though, is that the next 4 years, if I am given the opportunity, will be focused on ensuring that the Commonwealth is fit for purpose, ready to deliver on the priorities of member states, that it is more relevant and more visible to the people of the Commonwealth. And
So if she talk, you see, that's why I'm not going with talking, you know. Because when she talk about more relevant and visible to the people, when the people of Jamaica over 2 million are starved, and she are part of the government, right? When the people them in a war zone, she leave them out there. I think the opposition send 10,000 to try to pay for something and them take it and them never even move. Most of them want to give back. Although them are beg, Bama drop brown we, you know, beg you this and that. Them hard to move. The ministry don't serve not in a Jamaica, but for oppress the people, them are even outside. You see me, I say, what she talk no make no sense. But find the next thing with her. Me finish here what she say, and then I play that thing.
that Jamaica's leadership of that body will stand tall.
And if someone just tuning in now would just say, she's a politician. What's a politically correct answer?
No, but I mean, and certainly over the next 4 years.
I hope that means it's a good answer.
It's a great answer.
Certainly over the next 4 years,
really
there are
is.
other opportunities that will open up as a result of, you know,
Yeah.
the work you do in that space. I did wonder for true, like, where do you go after you do a...
Hopefully I return here. And, you know, for me,
Hopefully, should I say I return here, you know? Hopefully, I return here. Them all ask her return as Prime Minister who have vote for come in here. Should try who have vote for her. Remember, you have to turn her in a senator for give her a thing, you know? Who have vote for her?
life is about service in different capacities. So it doesn't have to be in one way or another, and it doesn't have to be in government either. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what them say about.
Remember drop a next thing with her in the mask, like where you say, Ratty. Me drop a one, the one in the mask, you say? That one, yeah? Me say for that one, yeah?
Show the one which part she
Primetime News, and a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, as the election for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General nears, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith has responded to calls for her to withdraw her challenge. Now, she's made it clear that she is going all the way. We caught up with Senator Johnson-Smith today ahead of her departure for Africa.
The latest support has come from the Republic of Singapore. The Singaporean government says in a diplomatic note, quote, "With Minister Johnson-Smith's strong credentials and leadership experience, she is well placed to lead the Commonwealth to greater heights." It's been a little over a month since Minister Johnson-Smith announced her bid to challenge Baroness Patricia Scotland for the post of Secretary General. The views on her announcement have been mixed. But Baroness Patricia Scotland quickly shot back in a video, essentially asking Senator Smith to back down.
I would be incredibly pleased, as you can imagine, if Senator Kamina Johnson thought again and felt maybe that this wasn't the appropriate time to challenge a fellow Commonwealth Caribbean for this post. You'll know that I've done 6 years of my 8-year term. Africa anticipates that they will have an opportunity to put forward an African Secretary General in 2024, when I complete my second term. And at the moment, of course, in accordance with tradition, there is no vacancy.
Today we sought a response from Senator Smith.
Your call for Baroness for you to withdraw your candidacy?
That won't be happening. That will not happen. That will never happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's how them beat us so. Yeah. That will not happen. That will never happen. The woman explained to us so clear. It has saved the country 43 million. Plus that save the next 15 million. That our 58 million. That them you know what my beg so pay so Jay. You say if we don't take them millions I do I cannot think we couldn't spend it back now they get to no hard to, you know. It's so not hard. Let's do some things to the young kids them.
You know, think about this. Baroness Scotland sit down now and see the lawsuit were filed.
Yes.
And she say, oh, at that them do. Them hire New York firm to come now and do all kind of sin things so that she could have win. And God no sleep. God no sleep. None of time.
She said God never ready for she go away.
Well, the question is, did she ask God if she should have go away? Should she ask God? Because you're the man ask her, say, if you're coming back, and if every time I ask her if you're doing this and when you're leaving, and when she said, "Oh, we'll discuss that. We're not sure yet. We're not sure." But Baroness sit down now, and Baroness must say, "Dead with laugh now, you know," and say, "Look on Jamaica. Look what Jamaica go do. Them go embarrass themselves
and flap and lose money on top of it. We could have spent in other things. And by the way, when them come and tell about this and that, more and them break it down or them spend the money better. Them need for break down. It's impossible you travel with 10 people. Remember we travel with people and ban, you know. And when I spend $200, you couldn't keep sure. $200,000 figure do. You know, that you couldn't keep sure better. You need to make money. You understand? If you spend $200,000 US, yeah, nearly 300,000 US. I'm at Africa over that because I nearly 60 over that, you know. Spend for nothing, you know. Yeah? 300,000 spent for nothing. I'm at Africa nearly 400,000 spent. Where you put it up together, you know. 300,000 US spend, you know. Because you have to put the 100, the next 100, 99. Them won't put 99 and drop it at one, you know. Says the next 100,000, that 300,000 US spend, you know. Waste of money, you know. Yeah? Between the government and the private sector. Just take it and dash it away. You want to spend that in a ghetto. In a basic school, no health system, not at all for uplift the place, nothing. Transparency. What for all man. Very embarrassing. And she said she not back down. When you hear me play it, we like these things, we like the footage, we like to hear from themselves. Hold them accountable. What for hold them accountable? And you saw she's a big failure though. Eh? Then she come and blame it upon God. So God never ready for her yet. She leave Jamaica. Now that she do. Instead of blame herself, Ratty, but they not blame themselves, man. They not take blame. She not blame herself, you know. She blame God. She said God never ready for her yet. For leave Jamaica. She said it. Okay, you know, if she said she not say it, you know, we'll draw it up and play it too. She blame God. God never ready for she leave Jamaica yet. The woman asks her, the woman tell her 2024 that next year and Africa get it. And I tell her first withdraw. She said that will never happen. And the private sector don't good neither that them put a next 15 million pound that from private sector. That are 58 million. Over 280,000. Turn on your mic. Turn on the mic.
I go and send you something. I want you put up them things that's the people. I just find it. Look here.
Bad, man. This bad. Yeah, man. Oh. Picture.
All right. Put it up there. Put it up there. Up there. Up there. Way up there. Now, Jamaican people, on the PFA, the minister go to Africa. And of course, she'll have somebody fly from Europe come take picture. But I never seen that picture here before.
No.
And she and the South African, the Jamaican woman, the Jamaican ambassador to our High Commissioner to South Africa. Go down some more there. Yeah. Go. Yeah. This picture, yeah. Take, I think somewhere in East Africa I take. I can't remember. But me never pay for this. Me never pay for this. But me see that picture there.
Turn on the mic. Turn on the mic.
No, Mr. Melinky, who send me that picture there, call me. Let me get that quick.
Yes. So that picture, yeah. So this is 15 million. And this is the 15 million. Eh? That bad. That are for the 15 million people. The woman explained to her. The woman explained to this lady. And said, no, withdraw. And before she withdraw, thing, what she do? She said, never. I'm at her fact, I'm going to play it back. Me and Rattigan, so I'm going to play back this. See it, huh?
Once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, as the election for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General nears, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith has responded to calls for her to withdraw her challenge. Now, she's made it clear that she is going all the way. We caught up with Senator Johnson-Smith today ahead of her departure for Africa.
The latest support has come from the
Alright, so me I say, what of them I walk? I go to Africa too, you know. Let me say
Republic of Singapore. The Singaporean government says in a diplomatic note, quote, with Minister Johnson-Smith's strong credentials and leadership experience, she is well placed to lead the Commonwealth to greater heights. It's been a little over a month since Minister Johnson-Smith announced her bid to challenge Baroness Patricia Scotland for the post of Secretary General. The views on her announcement have been mixed. But Baroness Patricia Scotland quickly shot back in a video, essentially asking Senator Smith to back down.
I would be incredibly pleased, as you can imagine, if Senator Kamina Johnson thought again and felt maybe that this wasn't the appropriate time to challenge a fellow Commonwealth Caribbean for this post. You'll know that I've done 6 years of my 8-year term. Africa anticipates that they will have an opportunity to put forward an African Secretary General in 2024 when I complete my second term. And at the moment, of course, in accordance with tradition, there is no vacancy.
Today we sought a response from Senator Smith.
Your call for Baroness for you to withdraw your candidacy?
That won't be happening. That will not happen. That will never happen.
Thank you.
In the meantime, at a diaspora conference at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs today, more support locally for Senator Smith.
As we mark our 60th year, look out for our Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to the Commonwealth.
Senator Smith left for Africa today.
I think it's a big compliment to Jamaica for any Jamaican in the world to fill that post. And I know, Senator, if you are selected, you're going to do a fantastic job. I know that for a fact.
A decision on the appointment of a Secretary General is to be made during the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to take place from June 20 to 25 in Rwanda.
Okay. So them run out like a bad bull. And them know. And Webby run out, all of them run out. And them know. Going to do a fine job, and you know do a fine job in Jamaica. Because we want to call fine, you know. Well, when they mean fine, maybe like a sanguine, and them cannot job, me understand them now. Because you know, me like dissect them thing. Them a talk about fine job. Because that them doing in Jamaica, the government a do a fine job. Them now do a big job. Fine job. In a healthcare, you saw the place there. Fine job. In a education, in the tourism, in a security, national security, in a justice, is a fine job like a sand grain. You see when them say fine job, Bratty? You see when them say them know she do a fine job, you know, like a sand grain, like a fine sand grain. And the fine them a talk about, you know.
When
them say fine job, is a little dot. You know,
yes,
like a pen, you know, like you don't take a pen and do a fine job. Because them not doing a job, them not doing a big job. Them, you know, see them job none at all, brother.
You know, remember when
fine job.
You know, remember one time. You remember when they did have the Katrina hurricane and mash up Louisiana and southern Mississippi, and President Bush go down there, and the brother for FEMA named Brown, Bush was the president at the time. I looked at him and said, "Brown, you're doing a fine job." And it turned out Brown never do no job at all.
No, because they do a fine job. Ratty.
You know, you're talking about a fine is like a dot.
Yeah, exactly that fine job. Nobody do. Because that need a mama job in a big job if you do, you know. They might do a fine job. So you like you. It's just a pen, tick.
I don't know if you'll get it today, but we have links all over the place, you know. And one of my links, it send me a videotape, you know, with the minister in Ghana, you know, and a whole bunch of little things. And them send it to me, I can't find, but we just talk to them, and them say them will try and send it back to me. So hopefully we get it before.
Ghana. All right, Minister Camille Johnson Smith in Ghana.
Yeah, before we come off of here, we can share that with the audience. But no.
In Ghana, right? Ghana, is she there?
Yeah, she's there, Ghana.
They might do fine job. What fine them mean, man? And other fine, you know? Let me see this. See that Dubois, I wait name to.
You see what me was, she was so confident, you know, because people are telling
tourism queen, mother.
Yeah, that's how them did make her, yeah.
Yeah, so
tourism queen. What the tourism king?
Man, some man run her and you want me show that too?
Sure that.
Which one more want me show? She go. All right, so you want me show two of them? I should there.
The people must know that the people must know. No, show it because the people must know how the $43 million spent. They must know.
Okay, so you want me to show that one? All right, yes. All right, let me draw down this then. 11 minutes, let me see when I shot that. All right, so the people them I want. All right, let me do that one. Yeah, man. So they want to see her. All right. Yeah, remember, sister, she do a fine job. You know, is that just a? You know, when you that something, and them job, they don't call fine job in a brother. When you that it, you know.
Oh, boy.
You know, fine job, sister Shadow, man. Fine job, brother. Me drop this. And so she go there, so now, and some man wrap up in some cloth and then thing there, right?
Yeah, me get the whole thing, but it look like me deleted.
Yeah, man, I'm a good man. I'm a good man. I get some things right now, man. Yes, something. I get that one right now, man. But bad them way, minister. You say you can't don't come talk about your defend what, you know. We are holding by what we are holding by, you know. We're not foolishness with you know. You understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, sis. No, I'm not gonna make it. Remember, hold on. Okay, hold on. Go on. Talk to him,
Popular, who is you to tell Mr. Rattigan what to say? Get off the live, please and thank you. You cannot tell Mr. Rattigan what to say. Who are you? Oh, please, come off. We don't need you.
All right, Popular. Remember, Sarona saying a different thing, you know. And the free man with that diaspora, though. But Popular, man, don't be the weakest link, you know. Yeah, yes, don't be the weakest link, yes, sir? Because them people run us, so them don't play. All right, remember drop that one, yeah. Drop that one, you know. So I could see where who down there with her. What's this Ratty? So this other go and them name are the Queen, name are something or the
Queen
other.
Mother Tourism.
Yeah, all right. So I'm just try to person. This year talk Ratty. Look on that one, yeah. We can go up in class. When you guys to do this, it's our. It's a man of
That's because I look big on her.
See the cameraman, I them get the money. 1, 2, 3 of them, them, yeah.
Brother, yes. Go back there, let me see something, yeah.
Hey, renegade, you are the rebel, you know. I want to be able to self, you know, like, you know.
Hold on.
Rebel.
Yeah, man.
I want them a little thing there, so.
Brother, here one. Stop it there. People, if you don't think alike, me talk. When we say that people fly from Europe, come to Ghana and Nigeria to come take picture of this minister here. Tell the minister again, this is like how shot, even in the face of the production of documents evidencing her failure to file, she has to go defend it vigorously, and that the charges are baseless, untrue, and defamatory. Just like how she said that, tell her she must tell me now, come out in the press and tell me, say, that them never fly somebody from Europe to come take picture. Because guess what now? Me have links who did the ceremony there, you know. Who see the man, you know. No play it, me not done yet. Who see the man, you know. Who see the man, right? And guess what happened now? Me I see this video, yeah. First time me I see this video, yeah. Because I see a picture, right? Yeah, hear me know some. First time I see this picture, yeah. And guess what happened? First time I see this video, yeah. Because we have a link, you know. We have a link who did there the function, you know, and tell me, say, yes, them see the man and them talk to the man, right? And the man, them ask the man, how come you're there? So you're there Europe, and the man tell them why I'm there. And me know the man, you know. Me know the man personally because the man is a good photographer. Me have a picture of my house of the man taking, you know. Right? Because when me did there South Africa, that man was in South Africa too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Guess what happened now a while ago when you just play this video here?
Yes.
Me see the man. So she must come now. She must come and tell me, say. She must come and tell me, say, I lie, me I lie. So the man never did it.
Remember, you know, I had never get rebel. I had never get there, say, you know. So we drop anything in the time, you know.
People tell me, so them see him, but me see him now with me 2 eyes. Me see him in the video.
No, all right. So, yeah, the man, you know. Yeah, rebel. Yeah, brother.
Yes, brother. Hey, me don't want to cuss about your program. Brother, let me tell you something, you know. If I they use 40 million, how much million a Jamaican dollar when we have so much 1,400 people in a Jamaica we need help, you know. Yo, you say come in and you do this. Come on. Yeah, you got to friend them. You stink.
But I get people in diaspora mad. Yeah?
Look how much people are suffer in Jamaica. They have school fee. Some of them bright and they still have money. When the government will help them to go to college and extend the tertiary education and all the things there. And this is the bullshit where we are spending money from. Right? Mm-hmm. And then they might put in a paper about where everything is untrue. What is untrue about a fucking picture? Eh?
Right, get the people there. Hey, people, hey, listen me now. Eyes on the file is one of my brother this, you know. And them money are big in the diaspora, you know. But I say them money if in the diaspora, where you hear them money get mad. Hey, we can't stop them money from get mad. Ratty. You know, tell them some people in the diaspora when they get mad, we can't hold them. You know, tell them.
Me tell them.
You tell them?
Me tell them.
No, this is bull crap.
Yeah. Now I finish play this. But Ratty, you know, when I call you and ask you.
No, but no, you know what? The story I get, the more we talk about it, and the more things that come to my mind, or more arguments now, we actually condemn the things and I condemn and confirm the things, yes. Them, you know, right? Because that me say, no. The man who, you remember me, I talked for a long time, say a man fly from Europe and come there at taxpayers' expense and come pay, you know, right? And people are, and me never see it, you know, but you know, I witness as a person who did there South Africa when me did there and when the man did there South Africa, tell me, say she see the man and she asks the man, no, Europe, you're there, where you there, do? And the man said, the minister want me here because she said she like when we take pictures, she come out in her film pictures. Then. Even though she have JIS, you know, where have photographers too, you know. Right? She said, no, they want the money. Me go by that story because I say, me trust this source here. And I say, if it's lie, make the minister come out and tell me say I lie. Until now, me never see this video. I just see the video. I see the man in the video.
All right. So the man in
the video. The man in the video, I take picture. I see him.
As long as she did that, we are fine now, you know. So we have our man. We see the man. So we are working for evidence. We are working for what?
Hold on a second. No. They must explain now, you know, to the taxpayers. Why is it that you take a photographer from outer Europe, right? A person out of Europe assigned to a Jamaican embassy or a high commission out of Europe and bring him come take pictures. Nobody in your nobody in the
anybody can take pictures now.
Nobody there they couldn't do it. Nobody there couldn't do it. But you know what she gonna say? She spend it out of her budget for PR services. But you tell me say she have to spend money for bring him for come this one. Nobody in our delegation couldn't take the pictures.
And tell me what? Them not release the picture to the Jamaican audience or no. At least we get out of the money out of so much money, brother.
Yeah, you see me send you one though. Me I wait for the link not send me back, but me I wait to get some more. But play the video, man.
No, man, I remember so full of them, you know. So you have to wait for them, you know. Remember me full of them, you know. So
play the video.
Yeah, man. When we go and play this, yeah. Hold on there. Look here. Let me see the rap.
See man there. See there.
Minister, the man.
See him there, I know him.
Yeah, man. Yes, I feel that put this by you. What is what in this?
Now we are inviting
Brother, this is a no, we know. Some man in a rapper. So you go through the one of this. I'm going to move this, brother. This will mash me up, man. So we go through the one of this to get vote, man. Like you want to go and go count the people there, man.
Yeah.
To get them vote.
You know what would be interesting? Remember, I look at some picture upon her, you know, she used to cream her hair now. I mean, I don't make much out of it, but it's just an observation. She used to cream her hair. And lately, especially in that picture, yeah, I noticed her hair look like when me did have hair. You know, me see it. And I don't know if that was part of the PR strategy, saying if you go Africa, because I know she light complected. I went to cream her hair.
Some kind of pretty hair.
You went to cream her hair, she look different than me and you, right? So I don't know if that was part of the. I don't know. I'm just. It's just an observation. This is no charge against her, none. But I'm just curious as to when she started do that hairstyle there, and if it was done in contemplation of this trip here. I don't know.
I don't know. Look at. Let me show the marginal. And this is how them paper on the conscience of Jamaican people, and them do it with African people. Prime Minister himself do it. Him wear clocks, show people them as a clocks, and show them, and them say, yes, Prime Minister. Then him come with this Bogart thing, and then him talk to the youth, them while do the trap music, then him burn them, so them a mash up the country. And try to lock them down. You understand? So them use things against the people, them use it, like how peanut bread come out and they use peanut bread and say, and then I try to use him, say, to spread the message. These are them trademark for use people. So when you say that now, it make a lot of sense. Because if she don't grow up here, she cut it down or whatever, she might have known, say, hey, let me play upon their conscience. Happy at this, them say them study. You understand? It not work. Because every time them do this, we are going to do what? We are going to point it out to the people them. And everything with them do, it leave trail. Remember, you know, Rattigan them 30 years in a feds, lonesome work like a feds. And me have the training too. So you can't stay there. So you can't stay there. When we dig up things, we dig up things. No, no tabloid on here.
No, Mr. the man at the video. Mr. the man at the video.
Ratty. Well, boy, I mean, I know why she come out to the paper this morning.
No, she shouldn't. She shouldn't have done that. I wonder if the Jamaican people them see this.
Them a watch it. Them see them.
No. Me I talk before now. Let me see that.
Me not think so. Cause I run it a couple times, make them see it back when we come back in a next week again.
I make them know that this is how the 43 million part of the $43 million
$. But not spend out of that because the plane fare cost so much money. Plane, okay, we have travel with the delegation. Man have the music, you have travel go to Africa, you have on tour and thing, and people, if them people they make spend so much money, they want to make back the money. See, and them travel with more people because band members. You have travel with band members, how much artists, how much people, and it's still not cost the people them money there. Travel going all about, band tour. See? You know, cost them money there. All for them think cost so much money. And she not spend not enough time there. Oh, it costs so much money. Them not easy, Narati. Them not easy, man. Them not easy. That money they can't done so, man. Them not easy, man. Them just put up figures.
Listen.
You know what them going to them thing, them can't say, this we spend. And so where you spend this, man? Can I have a ticket? More want so much ticket buy how much people go there, you know. And then we can look it up and see if them ticket that they really buy, you know. If them say hotel, then people are give them place free for go live, for go stay. For 1 day or 2. You understand? We never want to put them, man.
Listen, there is no justification, right? No justification for bringing that person from Europe to come take pictures.
All right.
No justification. None. When you have JIS and you have people within the delegation who can take pictures. Them could have just appoint anyone of the person who I travel with and say, listen, you take the pictures.
And a special picture shall take. And when you see nobody around her, them just swap up some cloth around her. And some man, everybody just swap up some cloth for one little vote. You waste some money and talk about big this and that, and you can make a difference. First of all, if I make a difference in your job, what you do, to even step up, go somewhere else, you have to make a difference. Enough for them talk, you know, Jamaica go back way, you know. Look how Jamaica stay.
Listen, here's the title them bestowed on her, Queen Mother of Tourism. Somebody should rightly ask, what tourism?
Well, they never give Ed Bartley Queen Mother. Same thing, we not change it. Queen Mother of Tourism. Why they never give Bartley it? Your eyes on the fire.
You know, easy, you know. You know, easy that.
Brother, what may I say, brother?
Yeah?
Why, brother, if I said make it bad, it's a 15 better too.
No, but if you name the exact name, you know, you not change it. Queen Mother of Tourism. And Ed Bartley, them big name, man.
No, but brother, we cannot, you have one of us photographer Jamaica, and we're dealing with Jamaica. Remember, she said,
yes,
Jamaica government sponsor our things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I said, it should have more suitable. They have only
no, they have JIS. They have everything in a JIS. So JIS follow a government member. So you just fly one of them. You don't have to fly two. You just fly one because of some picture. Right? No cost them money.
Get a Jamaican photographer will take wedding picture every day.
No, JS, a professional. Them take everything.
Yeah.
And one person from JS. And the media.
And she wouldn't have to pay. She wouldn't have to get extra salary because that's them job. That's them job.
Right? So it's going to cost the plane ticket.
Yes. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And a hotel or whatever.
Them cover that. Yeah, cover. Yeah.
You have to go pay in a something in a pound. You have to pay him in a pound.
But what on there? Wouldn't it be interesting if we find out once we do the ATI and we find out that JIS the day of the delegation too?
That make it mad now. That I get upset now. You know that gone over. I'll be a fire thing and touch and light up around us, you know. Because when I play with them, you know. People don't say me not easy. Somebody said, when I laugh, I said, stop. No, but she can't name Queen Mother of Tourism. It must be Ed Bartlett. Ed Bartlett with W Queen Mother of Tourism, sir. She can't have to move the title from she. It don't make no sense. Not true. Eyes on the file.
I'm so disgusted with what I'm seeing. Me don't know, brother, if the people in Jamaica don't understand. You see the fence back at Rattigan,
Yeah.
Them the people there. You know how much, okay, just split the money there in a half and carry it, go deal with them people back at the fence there. You know how them are grateful?
Yeah. Me say the fence, them they're the same way. They think them now just look more rusty and them thing they know. Saying, yeah, man, I may have some place, my road turning up, we are down the patrol, you know. And me, them I look for to come deal with it. You understand? So right now, today, me dub, cause the people them still laugh. I'm not joke. We dub Ed Bartlett, we not gather that thing they from it's a tourism. Ed Bartlett, you are Queen Mother of Tourism, sir. You have to move that from her. You can't go give her a title where she not, and she deal with tourism, Ed Bartlett. So anybody forget the name, not him, eyes on the file.
I agree with you, sir.
Ed Bartlett, you are Queen Mother of Tourism, yes, sir. Yes. I mean, I laugh about it now.
It's upsetting. I want to know what am I going to do. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sweep this one under the carpet.
No, you know, see them get lawsuit. You know, see them get lawsuit. No, man, you know, are we a monitor the one, you know? Yeah? Them get lawsuit, man. We are monitor the one, man. She run out in the paper this morning, so we have to come talk about that thing. Yes, man.
We don't care, you know. Anything less than prisoner and some serious fine now would be acceptable to me, you know.
Yeah, me tell them, say, I saw the diaspora stay, you know. And not for we out there, you know. Me tell you, me tell you, so the renegade out and afraid, and I'm enough for my brother them there, man. Yeah, man. Enough for my belly. People that say them belly at them. For what?
Look much people in Jamaica need help, man. Eh?
Yes, your eyes on the file. I see you thing, but the people them say them belly at them, you know, too. We just stop Edmund Bartlett, Queen Mother of Tourism. But we have to move the title and give him.
Because he's the minister of tourism.
Yeah. All right, brother. Respect, yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're not him, man. Right now, I'm going to call so from today, now.
And she never, you know, for sure them not even think. Then I think she should have said to herself, so, hold on, we have a minister of tourism, so why they gonna dub me Queen Mother of Tourism? Give me another title.
Right. She should have stand up right on the mic and say, listen me, at this title, I would rather give it to Ed Bartlett, he's the Queen Mother of Tourism. And it's just simple. She could have said it. She could have just said it. You understand? I feel them title that. So we give him the title. Queen Mother of Tourism, Edmund Bartlett. Right? You know, I'm on tourism, you know. I'm in a So I'm have the title right now. Can I do a thing for him when I done, you know? Now just go pick up my data, can I see the time I run in a Ratty. But Ratty, this week the answer, tell her behave herself. Tell her behave herself. Don't say next word.
Don't say another word. Don't say another word.
Don't say another word.
No. All right, my brother.
Me there, brother.
Yeah, take care of yourself. All right, cool.
Remember just when the big show had to become have to run the show because people, hey, remember we are right there the show, yeah, you know. And the whole eyes on the fire. The whole of it there, man. The big show. See it, look on it. See it.
And Angie Charity Foundation presents Run Things Fest. Run Things Promotion in association with Wayne Lonesome and Angie Charity Foundation presents Run Things Fest Day 2 on June the 25th, 2023, featuring live performance by Jamaican international star Louis Culture, Lucky D, Jigsy King, plus support by Canadian artists Lucky Ross, Steve Knight, Sample King, Mel C, Mr. Blaze, Richie C, Gregory Culture. Admission for this event is $60. VIP $100. Music by Lionheart, Moose Dunn, King Vower, and Freddy Krueger. Hosted by Groovy K. Run Things Fest takes place at 72 Dynamic Drive, Scarborough, Canada. Doors open from 12 p.m. Showtime 4 p.m. sharp. For more information, call 1764-192693 or 647-773-8399 or 647-984-2992. Don't miss it. There is a Run Things promotion. Part proceeds of this event goes to Wayne and Angie's Foundation. So don't miss it. Support it. Chris Goldfinger endorse it.
Yes, mad sitting.
I don't want to crop out, you know. We Ratty, eyes on the file, Daniel. You know, me can just, hey, the amount away, line off. Because people are flying from all UK and all over the place, you know. Whole place mad. And we are power, man. And I will invite the Queen Mother of Tourism too. Yeah, because I mean, look at tourism from out here, brother. We're invite the Queen Mother of Tourism for two. Yeah, man. We're going to send it out. Queen Mother of Tourism, you're invited, sir. Yeah? All right. With there, you know,
yeah,
I'm running about undercover there too, you know. I'm there too, you know. What on there? Undercover. Where else, brother?
We just bless up the program. Bless up Mr. Rattigan and
yes, brother.
Yeah, to the fullest. I and the files. Enough respect.
Yes.
Enough respect.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man, really enjoy the program. I just there and I tell you, I share it with about 100 people, man. Mr. Rattigan, I tell you, I rate you know.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Rate it to the max, man. Because when we are talking about the corruption and I talk about the many things for years and years and years, some people turn a blind eye. Now, in this age of social media and everything else, trust me, we love it. We love it. You would have locked them up and throw away all the key, Mr. Rattigan. I may have them up, you know. Every fucking politician will corrupt me, have them up, man.
As well, you should. What are we showed?
Trust me, Mr. Rattigan. We do in-depth research. We trail them, we kill them, we document them. We say them are parasites, Mr. Rattigan. They are parasites. They take the people for loggerhead and numbskulls.
Mm-hmm.
You have a retainer and yet you come running off her mouth. Don't stop stepping on them. Step on them, Mr. Rattigan. You have the diaspora support.
Yes, my brother. Thank you.
Me tell you, say, me tell them out there, you know. Yeah, brother, later. Now, them man there the show too, you never show them man that miss the show, you know. Them undercover that miss the show, man. I'll be at them people, hey, me tell you, say, the diaspora, when we talk about the diaspora, we, you know. Yeah, man, we see, man, we are the lead them of justice. We are fight against the legion of doom. Yeah? Yeah, man. So, Queen Mother of Tourism, you can come on the legion of justice. Because that's where they will know this here. Yeah, man, we invite them, man, because them want, you know, I mean, enough people are come out, so but we have to invite officially from now, Queen Mother of Tourism, Ed Bartlett, at this, the Run Things event, 2-day event. Yeah? Queen Mother of Tourism, you see us. And we have to take picture and it not going to cost you no money. Yeah? Not going to cost you no money. See? Just book your thing and come in. All right, we're there. My brother, later.
All right, we'll talk soon. Bless up. All right.